Okay, write this down in your notes. In 4.2, we were working on writing equations and finding the b or the y-intercept. Okay, given at least 1 point and the slope. All right, then are you gonna write this down? Borrow one.
Shouldn't let that get in the way. Find some problem from someone else.
It's just opened up and get ready to riot, though. What's the note with this? Where you put the notes?
Okay, now what I'm going to show you today is kind of like very similar for 2, but this way is a little bit quicker. It will save you a little bit of time, but it's just like 4.2. You're still writing an equation. This equation that we're going to do today is called point slope form. Okay, so make sure that you have linear equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x of 1 is written in point slope form, or x of 1 and y of 1 are a given point on a non-vertical line. Okay, m is the slope. Okay, you guys got a sheet of paper that gave you, right? Or Mike again. All right, pull that out real quick. How you getting? All right. Is this the first problem on that sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to write the point slope form equation for a line that passes through -2 and 0 with a slope of -3/2. First thing I do is I'm going to start out with my point slope form, which is this right here. And then it's just going to be a matter of plugging all of the numbers in. Okay? So they give me a point, the -2. What is that going to be? X of what? What did you guys just write down in that little key concept, that little box? It's going to be x of 1. Okay, what's the 0 going to be here? y1, good. And then this -3/2 is going to be my m, or my slope. Okay? So I'm going to take this 0 and I'm going to plug it in for that y right there. So y minus what? 0. What am I going to plug in for m? Okay, so -3/2. I'm going to put a parenthesis x minus.
-2.
Okay, now this gets a little tricky. I got to put that in parentheses. Can you tell me why?
To separate the negative from the
Yeah, good. Keep minus separate from your negative sign. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and simplify this. Now, do I need to bring my 0 down? No, it doesn't have value, does it? So just bring my y down, equals -3/2, parentheses, x plus 2. And I'm done. Okay, so that's point slope form, yes.
What if we have like, how the zero working here?
Then you just bring your 3 down.
So it'll be 1 over 3.
Very good. Okay, and I'll show you another one here in just a second. Here's another example. You guys got this? Anybody need more time? All right, so let's graph. This is my equation that I just had. Okay, now it's asking me to graph it. What form is that right now? It's just point, it's called what? Point slope. And you can always tell us because you have the parentheses and you have x plus something inside the parentheses. Okay? Now, if I wanted to graph this, what would I need to do? What form would I need to put it in? Slope intercept, good. So I'm going to go from point, slope, write that on your paper that I gave you, and I need to go to slope intercept to graph it. That's what we did in 4-1. You guys remember that? Okay, so to graph it over here, what do I need to know? I need to know a M and a what? A B. And that's y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to take this. What do you suppose I would do with that to get it in slope intercept? What did I tell you? What was the difference between? Get rid of the parentheses, right? What property is that? Distributive property. Okay? All I got to do is take that 3/2 and multiply it times what? Each term inside the parentheses. You guys with me? Okay, so this is the part where I told you you can't be afraid of fractions. What's -3/2 times x? -3/2 x. What's -3/2 times 2? You guys watching? I'm going to show you a simple way. Everybody watching? Put that over 1, make it a fraction. How do you multiply fractions? Straight across. Now, can I simplify a little bit before I multiply straight across? Okay, what can I cancel out here? This 2 and this 2 will cancel each other out, won't they? -3 over 1. Good. Or just -3. Very good. Okay, now, watch this, because you guys are still, some of you are still getting confused about this. How do we graph this? Where do I start with? The -3. So, everybody watching? Here's my y-axis right here. It's this line that goes up and down. I want to find -3 on that axis. Where's it at? It's below the 0. How many units down? 1, 2. And then I'm going to draw a point. Right on that -3. You guys do that. Draw a point on the -3.
Gotta speak, Brandon. It always helps if you communicate, okay?
Okay, now, can anybody tell me what I do next? Okay, so the top number tells me I'm gonna go down 1, 2, 3, and then right how many? 1, 2. And then I'm gonna find another point. Okay, now, my slope, you guys got to start doing this because you can answer a lot of questions or eliminate some questions, so answer choices. Is that slope, is it negative or positive? So my line should be doing what? Should be declining or, what do we say? Line should be falling. What does it mean when we say falling? Yeah, it goes from what quadrant though? Quad 2 to quad 4. So you might want to write that down. Quad 2 to quad 4.
There's my line.
Okay? Any questions at this point? All right. See if you can work this one. Now, it shouldn't take you very long to work it out. Why do I say that? Does anybody know the answer? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Okay, so what's your x of 1, guys? It's 4, right? What's your y of 1? Negative 3. Okay, so look at your answer choices. What was your formula? Right. Y minus y of 1
Equals
m. Okay. So now the y minus what? Okay, minus a negative 3. Can I go ahead and simplify that? You have to get the right answer. What's that going to be? Y plus. Now notice that I haven't done anything else, have I? So look at your answer choices. The only one that has y plus 3 is what? Is B. You guys see that? Now I can go ahead and finish it if I need to. Negative 2 and then what? X minus 4. Is everybody with me? Everybody understand where I'm going with this? Okay? You guys can save yourself a little time on a multiple choice test by eliminating answer choices. Okay? So you got to know the process first, so it'll help save you some time. Is everybody clear on that? Okay? Write this one down. This is probably the hardest one for people to understand or to get. We've kind of touched on this a little bit. But this is where everybody gets hung up. This type of problem. Okay, now, what form is it in right now? It's in slope intercept. And I need to put it in what form? Standard form. Okay, do you guys remember what I told you about standard form? What was the main thing? X and Y had to be on the same side. Okay? So in standard form, the variables, I'm going to write this down. This is the main part right here. the variables x and y have to be on the left side, which basically is going to put them on the same side. Okay? A, B, and C are all integers. And what that means is that you can have no fractions in standard form. No fractions in standard form. Everybody with me? Okay. So now, the first thing I have to do here, the first thing I can do, you guys hopefully are writing this down because this gets a little complicated. What can I do first? Anybody know? What do I tell you? X and Y have to be what? Same size. So can I move something? I'm going to take that and move it to the other side. So if I move it to the other side, it turns into a negative. Good. So I'm going to rewrite it as negative 3/4 x. You guys writing this down? Come on, let's go. Write it down. You guys pay attention. What's going on? Plus what? Y. Good. Plus y equals -5. You writing this down or are you sleeping? It might be in your best interest if you copy notes down so you know what the heck is going on. You don't have to stare off in the paper like that. Okay? Okay, now, what's the next thing I cannot have? No fractions. Do I have a fraction here?
Yes.
Okay, so how can I get rid of the fraction? All I have to do is undo the what? The bottom number. So can I take this whole thing, guys watching, and I'm going to multiply it times that bottom number. You guys with me? Whatever the bottom number in the fraction is, I'm going to take the whole thing and I'm going to multiply it times that bottom number. Everybody with me? Okay, so now, this 4 and this 4 do what? They cancel each other out. What am I left with? -3x. Okay, now, I still have to do what? I still have to multiply times everything that's inside those parentheses, don't I?
Yeah.
So it's just like distributive property. 4 times y is going to be what? Bring my equal sign down. Now, are you getting this? You writing this down? Why would you not want to write this down? This will help you do better on your assignment. Why would you not want to do that? I know. That seems like your standard answer. Okay, now what's next? What else do I have to do? Yeah. Multiply times that last number. So look, it looks just like distributive property, doesn't it? The only difference is you have 3 terms instead of how many? Just 2. And you're done. What did we say? X and Y have to be on the same side of the equal sign. Where's the equal sign? The equal sign is right here. Okay? Same side of the equal sign. Okay. Do that one. What form is it in now? Now? It's in point slope. Everybody got the answer yet? Let's try to work it out.
Sure. Do I have to go up there?
Well, you can just walk me through it if you want.
You have to distribute to,
Okay, so read it off to me like if you were reading the book from left to right.
oh,
Like read the equation.
y minus.
Yeah, just start from the left with y instead of saying, well, I distributed first and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Y minus 3 equals 2.
okay, so y minus 3 equals
2x plus 8.
good.
And I brought the 2x over the other
Good.
side. It's negative 2x
We're good, you got it. Negative 2x.
plus y minus 3 equals 8. And then I plus the 3.
Very good.
8.
Great job, Tyler. That's what I wanted to hear. A plus the 3, didn't you? Because it's like terms with the 8.
Yeah. It's C.
D? Okay, good. Wait, sure it's D?
It's C.
It's what?
C.
Oh, it's a T. I'll see a T in there. Good job, Tyler. Very nice. Good job. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that? You guys good? Think you're good? Got anything? Hello? You there? You there? Not there today, huh? That's a problem for you in the feed dock. That's fine. That's not fine. You say it's fine, but it's not fine. Deep down inside, Nicole, you know it's not fine.
Is it for a regular class too? No, it isn't.
Maybe.
Oh.
Okay, who, two? Oh, you guys get one? Let's have it. Oh, you guys get one? What did you send that?
Yes.
Are you here?
I thought you were saying this.
Are you like here?
Here.
Like you guys sometimes. You're here, but you ain't here. Okay, use your notes to help you.